Great Naazim say, I want Josh Taylor and get the Josh Taylor fight because he's age bro. That's right. So anybody on that pipeline right now, that's a big deal.
I talked his ass, but the same day that James Tony came and signed the contract.
Wow.
So I'm talking to Bobo on the phones like this. Look, I got Zab on one phone, I got James on one phone.
What's Crawford gonna do before? He's gonna beat Sean. Everybody listen, he's gonna beat Sean. He's gonna beat Sean. He's gonna beat Sean.
Mike was the perfect example of what I'm talking about.
It's the day. How y'all doing today? Got a few people gonna drop in today. You know, no other than former world champion Steve Cunningham. Should have a wonderful conversation with him. And we got a lot of boxing news to get into, but right now we we anticipate brother Steve Cunningham coming through shortly. I know y'all want to get into the boxing news. I know everybody want to talk about Canelo and everything that's going on with that. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get in that. In the meantime, matter of fact, tell Steve pop in, man, what y'all think about this weekend. I see everybody all over the place with their thoughts of the Canelo fight. What did you think of the Canelo fight? Was all too big? Was we too good? Which one you think? Boxing in DC, how y'all doing today? What up with you? Why see where the champion, former world champion Steve Cunningham is, to see what's going on. Two seconds, y'all. We're going to find out what's going on. What's up with y'all? Yo. Steve Cunningham, we're gonna get into some pretty interesting things, find out about his time. And for those that don't know, Steve Cunningham is also he had Tyson Fury hurt when they fought, years ago. So I mean, it's a lot to get into with the brother Steve Cunningham. We're gonna chop it up. His relationship with the great Naazim Richardson. He's one of those Philadelphia fighters that went on to become a world champion. So we're gonna get into it, baby. We're gonna tap it. Send these links out to my man Charlie. As we wait on brother Steve to tap in, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what y'all think about the what do you think about how boxing has been going on these last few weeks? You know what I mean? It's been a lot of fights, and the buffet continues, and then we got the shocker on Saturday. I think boxing is in a good place, and boxing what happened Saturday is a reminder. This is why you fight the fight. This is why we fight the fight. Sometimes you just never know. I know not many people saw that coming. Not many people, regardless of what your reasoning for what you thought happened, whether it was weight, whether it was size, whether it was skill, whatever you may think it may be, you know what I mean? You know, whatever you think it may be, you know, this is why we fight the fight, because I mean, I know everybody, not many people didn't think, none of us thought that, one, we didn't think Bivol was going to win. Two, everybody was holding their breath, hoping that they got the decision right and all of that. So, I mean, definitely, it just goes to show you that boxing is definitely moving. You know what I mean? And you're now pound for pound. Is it still Canelo because of the weight? You know what I mean? Let me check on championship or another thing. Waiting on the champ to come through. You know what I mean? Got a real interesting story, a couple of interesting stories we're going to tap into. You see what's going on with the clubhouse guy. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Waiting on former champion Steve Cunningham to come in, and we're going to go ahead and chop it up with him for a little bit. Then later on today, we got Julian the Hawk Jackson and Julius the Chef Jackson coming up. They coming up at 3 o'clock. We're going to tap in with one of the most devastating punches that ever lived. But for now, we're just waiting on former cruiserweight world champion Steve Cunningham to come on through. We're going to chop it up. You know what I mean? Talk about some interesting things, that he went through in his career and his time. And then we're going to get into the, the latest boxing news. What? See what's up. But in the meantime, we're going to get into this boxing news, As we all know now, it is official that, the biggest upset in the sport this year thus far will be, Dimitri Bivol pulling off the upset against Canelo Alvarez. And many people out there felt that, I see many people saying that he's still pound for pound number one. And now I also see people talking about, the weight difference. I don't think the weight was the situation. I think Dimitri Bivol had a little bit more in the bag than a lot of people anticipated, and him being able to move the way he moved, is caused the problem. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What you think about that? While I try to figure out what's going on with brother Steve. I need one of my co-hosts to pop in for a second. He just got outboxed. That's what I thought. Shout out to brother Vinny, man. You know what I mean? Here, big things going on with you and all that right now. But what you think of the fight, though? While I wait on brother Steve to come through, what you think of the fight? You know what I mean? And that's 2 weeks in a row, though. 2 weeks in a row, Eddie Reynoso. Both of your fighters, both of your champions lost back-to-back weeks. Valdez, now Canelo. Yeah. Not taking nothing away from Adamanoso, but yeah, but you know, he just had a bad month. And then the buffet continues. And the buffet continues in the boxing because you know we got Castano Charlo this weekend, and then we got I think 175 ain't his weight. Now he needs to fight others like Charlo, or his legacy will be ruined. I don't think his legacy it's too late for his legacy to be ruined. I don't think his legacy can be ruined, but I think he hey man, hey, you know it happens, man. He got beat by I think a better boxer. I just think the better boxer won. I don't think it was the weight. I just think he was yeah, I don't think the weight was the thing. I don't think the weight was the thing. Let me find out what's going on with my interview because I got another one behind that one, and we got to keep the schedule. And we got to keep the timing right. Got to keep the timing right. Now they want him to fight. Nah, man. Listen. I think that was something that they tried to set up. I think that's something they tried to set up pre. That's something they tried to set up pre. You know, before he got all the way up to 175, and before he started doing all this other stuff. I think that was something that they was throwing out there. So that just go to show you that Earl was serious. Like, see, Earl was serious about trying to make that fight, and he was serious about trying to make it. But then, of course, you know, people gonna say he was using that to stay away from Bud and this, that, and the third. But you only get an opportunity to fight the face of boxing ever so often. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna get that very often. So I don't know how you want to view it, how you want to play it, but you know, you know, you know what I mean. But you, like I said, so he, you know, it's either he wait for the general. Well, he didn't get neither thus far, so we gotta wait to see. But hopefully that fight happens. Hopefully that fight happens in the spring and the fall. You know what I mean? There you go. I got the champ coming in now. Brother Steve Cunningham will be top popping in right now. We're gonna chop it up, man. You know what I mean? So coming up. Steve Cunningham say he popping in now. Chop it up. Check this interview out, man. It's gonna be really interesting. You know what I mean? You know, no. But yeah, you know, I just think that Bivol. I mean, look, I'm impressed with Bivol. Like everybody talking about Canelo, you think he's still pound for pound, you think he fell off him, and not. I want to see more Bivol. Bivol made me a fan. I used to talk bad about Bivol. I'm be the first to admit I put my hand up. I talked real bad about that man leading up into this fight. And there he is. Brother Steve.
Hey, my bad. What's up? I just got back from a run.
Hey man, say less, man. Listen, I learned one thing about when you're dealing with fighters, they always busy. I learned that a long time ago. So I know, man. I know how it is, man. You got a busy schedule, but I thank you taking time out of your busy schedule for tapping in with me, man. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing real good. Chilling, relaxing. Actually about to go pick up my daughter. Oh, and my wife did, but kids about to go to school. But outside of that, man, clean this off. Sorry. Yeah, we good though.
All right, real quick, man. Real quick, like I always like to do when we bring somebody in, man. Is there anything you just want to put out there? Anything you just want to get off your chest?
I ain't got nothing on my chest like that. Just yo, check me out. Check my comic book page out. USS Comics. I've created a comic book universe company, and I turn fighters into superheroes. You know, so I've got 3 comic books out. Go to USS Comics on Instagram on all platforms. Basically, Instagram is the major one, the one I'm always on, and you can see the USS versus Hardcore Part 1, 2, and 3. That's out. And check out my art. I draw it. I do everything. It's all me. So we got more stories coming out, more fighters involved. Danny Garcia, Austin Trout. I'm actually working on Austin Trout's comic book now. Man, Cool Boy Steph. Man, I just got a lot of fighters. I'm just turning fighters into superheroes, man. So this is gonna be a continuous thing.
Appreciate that. All right, so let's go back.
Let's.
Let's go back. When did you, well, put like this, let's talk about your life before boxing and what made you decide to get into the sport of boxing.
Um, Life before boxing, growing up in Philadelphia, moved around a lot when my mom and dad separated when I was 7, and I had to fight. Getting bullied, picked on. I At one point in my life, by what 6th grade, 7th grade, I decided to fight back. I was sick of getting jumped and beat up, so and I started kicking. I was kicking ass. You know what I mean? I beat them up, and I kept them off me. So I started kind of like training boxing with a guy that was from New York. He was a good amateur. I forgot his name is Drasier. He never really did anything big, but he, showed us the basics. From there, got into a little bit of street life. Wanted to escape Philly. I didn't want to go to jail or dead or get killed. And I joined the United States Navy. Out of high school, and then that right there set me off because the base that I was stationed to was close to the Navy boxing team's home, so I would go and train there, by myself for months, man, probably like 6, 7 months. And then I got picked up by a Marine officer who was training fighters. And from there, man, he got me my first fight. So, I mean, what really got me into boxing was just, I had this urge in me, man. I had this like thing in me that was just drawing me to boxing, and my original like life path was going to be going to art school. I was scheduled to go to the Art Institute, Philadelphia or New York, but that didn't happen. So that's why I joined the Navy to get college money to go to art school. So from there, life took over, boxing took over, and then that's it, man. I got out the Navy. I won my first fight was against the light heavy champ of the United States Navy, and I beat him. So from there, man, I was like, bro, let's have it.
All right, so let's go back to the military part.
Yeah.
Okay, so you was in the Navy.
Yep.
How many years did you serve in the Navy?
4 years in the U.S. Navy. I was a aircraft bosun mate refueler. I was on 2 aircraft carriers. Refueled like everything, like F-18, everything that landed. We refueled it. F-18, F-14, H-60 Hawk. H-60s. Man, the Hawkeyes, the damn whatever, the Prowlers, the yada yadas. We had, it was a cool job, but that refueling thing was a grueling. It was a grueling position. So I became a crew leader to where I had my own crew, and I send them out. Hey, we got this plane, we got that bird. Yeah, like y'all go to work.
Now, what's the 2 carriers you was on?
The USS America, then that decommissioned. Then I went to the USS Enterprise.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Now, our two was in the United States Navy.
Okay.
I was on the USS Milwaukee.
Oh man, damn.
Now here's the thing. It was an attack order. Our motto was Haze, Gray, and Underway.
Haze, Gray, and Underway. That's why every time I would fight, I would put USS Underway.
Yeah.
Underway.
But I would never forget the USS Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, the USS America.
Wow.
Ever. Because we had 2 instances with y'all. Well, one first we was
the unrep, huh?
We was doing an unrep, and somebody on your ship shut the valve too soon, and sent us the general quarters.
Damn.
So normally you would hear general quarters. This is just a drill.
Right.
We had never been through a real one before. So we're listening to general quarters. And I'm like, why would they send us in a drill straight off a unrep? You know, we're tired. And then the words came through. This is not a drill.
Bro.
Oh man, you talk about panic. So we're down in the hole. And you know you got that timer on. Tick 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 tick. And the person yelling, "You got 3 minutes!" And the fire's not going out, right? So finally, somebody told the hosesman to put the foam instead of water, and that finally got the fire out. So we was down in that hole because it was like we got 1 minute, and I'm like, the fire not out. But then, and I'm the number 2 hosesman, so I'm down in the hole.
You down in the damn
I'm down in there. So, and I'm saying to myself, I'm saying whoever that was on the USS with America, I can't wait to catch him.
Well, it wasn't me, bro.
But then we had one more situation where we almost ran into each other.
Oh man! So y'all were part of our battle group.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, damn.
Yes,
crazy,
we did a mag cruise together.
Yeah.
Yes.
What year you do that?
I was in there I went in from 91 to 94.
Damn, yeah. So I just got in 94, and I did my first and only mag cruise in 96.
Okay.
96, yo. That was my first and last one. I was like, bro, I ain't trying to do this again. That crap, man. Because when we went overseas, we went through the Straits of Gibraltar, Suez Canal, and then we visited Italy, Greece, 2 spots in Greece, and we hit Italy, 2 different spots, and then boom, we had to go start bombing Saddam Hussein 3 months straight on the ocean, bro. 3 months straight. Doing donuts, launching jets, man, for 3 months. Like, we were getting that wartime pay, but mugs was about to go crazy, kill themselves.
Hold on, wait a minute. Did you ever do the 6-7 month med cruise?
Hell yeah, that's the 6 month med cruise. Yeah, that's the 6 month med cruise. So we were supposed to hit ports, and we didn't. 3 months straight. So we did 3 months where we hit a few ports, and then the rest of the 3 months was just straight up bombing the mugs. That crap was hectic.
Okay. So you went through the 30 days of seeing nothing but water.
Oh hell yeah. 30. That was 90.
Man.
90.
I mean, man, that was brutal. Brutal.
The word. That crap. Dudes was going crazy. We
was in low visibility. You couldn't see nothing. Fog was clear. I mean, it was all you could see in front of you was just fog. Your ship was shooting warning missiles to us to try to tell us to move, but we didn't get them. The only thing that saved us, I don't want to say this in any other kind of way, but the best way I can tell you, it was a little fellow on our ship by the name of Kapili, a Japanese fella. He's the only one that saw y'all. What? But we couldn't understand what he was saying. We was on watch, and he just kept jumping up and down. It's a sheep. It's a sheep.
Oh,
it's a sheep.
Goodness.
And we were like, what the world is wrong with him? What are you talking about? It's a sheep. It's a sheep. We couldn't figure him out. Till finally somebody said, listen, he's saying it's a ship. So we all looked outside, and y'all were over top of us.
Yeah.
And it was like
huge.
And you talk about
this about to be it, baby.
This is it. Like, this is it. Like, this is legit it. Like, y'all are nuclear, and we're a floating bomb.
No, you know what? The America wasn't nuclear. We were boiling.
Okay.
But still, the size is still the same.
Yeah.
That crap, man. I know y'all must have been scared.
Man, we didn't go to sleep for 2 days. But we finally, what happened is they turned both ships off, and we just sat there and just drifted apart.
Oh, man.
We just drifted apart. But like I said, the whole time you just sitting there, you just looking at each other just like this. Till finally, and then the next day, the captain gave everybody the day off.
Damn right. Something. My people's about to go crazy.
Yeah. Then and Kapili didn't have to work the rest of the May cruise.
Oh, that's what's up, bro. He saved everybody's life.
Did he? Because if he'd never seen it, yeah, we've been done, man.
Damn, that's dope, man. They gave him that time off.
Yes, sir. So check this out. So moving on. So you got into boxing,
right?
And you got the what is when you first started boxing? Was you always with Naazim Richardson, or that came on later?
Nah, my story in connection with Nazim is wild. So when I was with the Navy boxing team, we would go to the national tournaments. You know, the military branches, you know, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, they all had boxing teams. So we got a free. We didn't have to like box off to get to the nationals. We automatically went to the nationals. So when I would go to the nationals, and I never boxed in Philly. Never. So we go to the Nationals. I see the Pennsylvania team, which is majority Philly dudes. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I see dude. I'm like, yo, y'all from Philly? What's up? I'm from Philly too. But I got I got my Navy gear on, my Navy sweatsuit, and they looking at me like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm from West Philly, man. Yo, what's up? What's up? And they ain't believe me, you know. So they ain't believe me, yo, because you must be check. Everybody wanted to be from Philly back then when you box.
Right.
So they ain't believe me, but I would see Nazim and his sons. You know, he had some badass sons. And his whole team, his sons, his nephews, his cousins, they were serious. So everybody would watch Nazim and pay attention to them because they were killers. And everybody, I'm like, yo, I want him to train me. Like, yo, man. So you know, he was a decent dude to talk to. He wasn't big headed or nothing. Solid mug. So I get out the Navy chasing a boxing dream, and I still see Nas at the tournaments. I really, me and my other trainer got really close with him, and exchanged phone numbers. He was like, call me anytime, yada yada. So at this point, about a year later, or 2 years later, I'm making my way back up to Philly because I went from living in Atlanta to Virginia, then back to Philly. So now I'm back in Philly, and I'm with my wife now, but she wasn't my wife at the time. But I'm telling her like, yo, I need a trainer. And I'm like, only dude I want to train me is Brother Nazim. And I called him, and he was like, this was 2002, and he was like, look, man, I was like, yo, I'm back in Philly, brother. Now I was like, yo, man, would you train me? So he was like, man, I'm training B Hop right now, He was like, I took on Bernard Hopkins, and his son, I think, was getting ready for the. Can you see me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
All right. So his son was getting ready for the Olympics, and
The sound went out. Sound went out. Okay. Mm-mm. Nah. Okay. Even though we go through technical difficulties every now and again, he be right back. About to keep it hot and heavy. Appreciate y'all for tapping in to Let's Talk Sports, y'all. Any questions you want to ask, former champion, he'll be right back. We'll go from there. Yep. Naazim Richardson definitely one of the most impactful trainers, in the sport of boxing. For those that don't know, he trained Bernard Hopkins. There you go.
got me.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right, so I'm back in Philly. Told Nas like, I'm asking him like, yo, I'm back in Philly. Will you train me? He's like, man, I got B Hop and my son is getting ready for the Olympic team. So I'm like, damn. But he said, I wouldn't be able to give you the time, you needed. So I was like, damn, I respect that. So I went on, got with Richie Giacchetti. You guys remember Richie Giacchetti? He used to
Right.
train Larry Holmes, a big train Mike Tyson for a couple fights, whatever. So I got with him for some years, and then I parted ways with him. Then I linked back up with one of my original coaches from the Navy for a couple fights. Actually, he helped me get my title. But then after that fight, he started acting a little funny. So we were like, yeah, we had to cut him off. He thought we was making, I don't know. He just wanted some outrageous stuff. So we just like, we can't afford that. So Nazim was always at the gym that I was training at in Philly. So, and he was always helping out. So we just made it official then, in 2000, what was that, 2008? No, that was 2007. And then that's when he caught the stroke. You remember when he caught that stroke? So the crazy thing about that is, that was 2007, and I was training to get my rematch for my title, in Poland. So I went to Poland for the first fight, to fight for the title, and they robbed me. So I got the immediate rematch. Y'all good? All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I got the immediate rematch to go back and fight him for the world title. And Nazim was training me for that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm all amped up hype. We got about 3 weeks left to get to the fight, and Nazim ain't coming to the gym. And I'm like, it's been 3 days, and that's not him at all. So I'm calling, ain't getting no call back, nothing. And come to find out, he had a stroke and he was in the hospital. So I switched back to my old Navy trainer, and then after we got the world title with him, Nazim was recovering. I fought with Marco Huck, won that fight, and I fought Tomas Adamek, and I lost that fight.
Wow.
Yeah, so then from that fight, after that fight with Adamek, I linked back up with Nazim, and that was it, man. From there, that was 2009, and I fought Wayne Braithwaite, beat Wayne Braithwaite, former WBC cruiserweight champ. He was a beast too. That was my guy, and beat him for the number one spot. And from there, man, Nas took me to levels, man, that, bro, I can't even explain, bro. I felt like Superman training under Nazim.
I had the honor of meeting him at at a fight with the Darrell brothers in New
Yeah,
Jersey. And Naseem is one of them guys that when he talk, you just shut up.
shut up. Yes, sir. I'm
You
with you.
just shut up. It's
Yeah,
just like they got him to talk, and I'm like,
yep. So I
that's
get a
right.
notebook, bro, because it was that's the thing, but it was such a blessing to be under him. And sometimes when you get that blessing and you only know it when it's gone,
Right.
but that wasn't this occasion, because you knew you was getting something special right then. So and I've heard all the same stories. I've heard most of his stories 5, 6, 7 times, but you still listen to him. And his wisdom was just unmatched, man. The way he articulated it, that was the special thing. It was
Yeah.
unbelievable. So you just sitting there captivated all the time, and it's like, yo, man, but I gotta go pick my daughter up. But damn, Nazim talking.
Right. I
You know
can
what I'm
see that.
saying?
I can see
So
that,
it
man.
was a blessing, man. So we knew what we were getting while he was here, man. And I mean, it hurt me so bad when he died, man. I mean, it still hurts, man. It still hurts. I just made a post the other day about him, man. It just hurts, man.
Yeah, you definitely keep all y'all that he was close enough with in our prayers, man, because he
Thanks,
definitely
bro.
is. The boxing world definitely lost a powerful figure with that one.
Yeah.
Tell us about the day you was in the ring with Tyson Fury.
Oh, bro, that I'm telling you, I felt, and that's because of brother Nazim. I felt like I could beat Fury, I could beat Klitschko. I felt like all of that, the like the fight with Fury, we were looking for that was I was coming off of that Atomic robbery. They cheated me fighting Atomic in my home state. These mugs don't care. And
Right.
so I'm like, damn, I need to come back. I need to come back with something huge. You know what I'm saying? So um Tyson Fury was looking for a fight to come to America. So I'm like, hey, what's up? Let's have it.
Right.
And me and him started talking trash over Twitter, and here he comes. So the fight got signed the first day we were in training camp. I remember that we were at the James Shoes Memorial Gym. Nazim was like, "You're gonna knock him down with this overhand right," and I was like, "Hey, see, not like I said, Nazim was one of them dudes. Whatever he say, from in my world, whatever he said do, I was doing it because I had that much faith in his boxing wisdom and knowledge and his teachings. So he told me that, and I was like, let's go. So every day in camp, we drilled the overhand right. Boom, pop, 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 boom, boom, like rounds, just throwing it, throwing it, throwing it. And like if Nazim would have been like, yo, if you jump 6 times backwards and flip off of this building, you're gonna be world champion. That's what I'd have did. Like I'm serious. That's where it was with him. So he could have been Nazim could have been a cult leader, we say. Straight up. So, getting in the ring with Fury, like it really hit me how big he was, not at the press conference that we had in New York, but at the weigh-ins. When we did the weigh-ins in Radio City. Can you see me? All
Yeah,
right,
I'm
good.
good.
When we did the weigh-ins in Radio City, and we had our shirts off and our shoes off, and I was like, yo, I'm standing in front like this motherfucker huge. You know what I mean? But I'm still like, all right, whatever. We gonna bust this dude up, because that's one of the main reasons I went heavyweight. Because I'm what they say smaller, but I knew I had power. My speed and my movement was different than anything they've seen because they used to fight bigger, slow guys.
Right.
So I get in there, I'm boxing Fury. He's doing all this bull crap, and I'm just like, if you watch that first round, I tried that overhand twice. I tried
Okay.
it twice. And I got a little close. I was like, all right, all right. Then he did all his antics. I'm like, yo, this dude is really in here wilding, talking trash, pushed me in between rounds. I'm like, okay, but I knew I just my mindset is even like if you knock me down and I got my wits about me, I'm gonna get you. If you land this good shot on me, I'm gonna get you. Just a little time, just give me some time. So after he pushed me and was doing all that crap, I knew it. I'm like, I'm gonna get this mug. I'm gonna get him. That second round came, boom.
Yes.
Yo, that crap was it wasn't even a conscious thought. It just happened. It just came out. I saw that lazy whoop, boom. It just happened. I turned around, was like, I was surprised. I was like, oh shit. Because I didn't think about it, and that's what the way that Nazim drilled that into me, that's what happened. It was just freaking natural. So from there, just touching him here, hurt him a few more times, and he basically just hunkered down and just started trying to walk me down. So I was boxing a bit more, but all of that leaning and laying on me made me sit there a little too long for him or with him, and he was able to just boom, pop, pin me there and get that shot off, and I couldn't get up. My head was spinning like crap. I had never felt like that before. Normally, and the guys, the people who follow me, they know I get knocked down in the fight, get back up. That one was different because I didn't see it coming because he blinded me, and I didn't see it. So um, it was a now I look at the replays and stuff, man, and see I see Fury still doing he kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? He doing his thing. He the man. And somebody just told me yesterday they was like, man, as much as Fury keeps winning, it makes you look good because Fury went on Joe Rogan show and said Steve Cunningham was my hardest fight, amateur and or pro. And
Wow.
I was thrown back by that. I was like, all right, that's what's up. So
I mean, you
my
really rocked them. You really
oh
rocked them.
yo, man, I had him, but it's all good. I was just I'm telling you, I was just talking to somebody this morning about it, and he was like, man, I just watched your fight with your highlights with Fury, and he was like, man, that was a great fight, and I was like, yeah, it was dope. I'm like, shit, nobody knew I was getting in there with one of the best heavyweights out here to do it, but because Fury wasn't Fury at the time. But
Right.
it is what it is, man. I'm glad that fight went down, even the way it went or didn't go. I'm cool because people saw my heart, they saw my power, they saw a different aspect of Steve Cunningham.
Do you think there's anybody out there that can beat him? Do you think Usyk or AJ can beat him?
I don't think AJ can beat him. I think Usyk. I think people think size and muscle is going to be what gets Fury. The only way you're going to get Fury is two ways to get Fury, and we know one way ain't happening now. Now that Wilder did it, is you need a guy with. We thought you needed a guy with power. Wilder, one of the powerfulest heavyweights of all time, couldn't finish this dude. So that's out the question. So what I believe is going to take is going to take a small fighter like myself, agile, strong, in shape, because Fury's in shape. It's got to be somebody that can move and connect for 12 rounds, and that possibly might be Usyk because Usyk's a southpaw too, and he's tricky. Now I'm not saying 100% Usyk can beat him like that, but that's Usyk has the ingredients to do that. The size, he's not as big, so Fury's shots are going to be slow to him. Usyk is very athletic and agile in the ring, very creative, and he's a southpaw, which is going to make things even harder. I think if and when Usyk and Fury fight, you're going to see some stuff. You're going to see some resemblances of what I did to Fury. Um, and with Usyk having such power behind him outside the ring,
Okay.
his manager, his promotion, the money Usyk has behind him, Fury's not going to be able to do all of that leaning and laying stuff on him. He can try it, and they're going to start taking points.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
Usyk is a powerhouse financially. His manager is a powerhouse. His promotional team, you know what I mean. So when I fought him, I was with main events, and main events, they ain't really care about me, like that. There was no power, no money behind me. I was trying to get to that money, but Usyk is there, and Usyk is the man. So I think it's gonna be a different story. I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight, and I bet on Usyk because the odds are gonna be against him, but I bet on him like no bull.
All right, I'm gonna tell because I was campaigning for that fight to happen. I need him to do something drastic for the in the AJ fight to make people want to see that fight. But now you gave me the faith that I definitely think that he could do it.
Yeah, Usyk gonna beat AJ again, man. I mean, like I'm not down on AJ. AJ's a dope fighter. Though AJ's fought, actually, I believe AJ's fought harder opposition than Fury. You know what I'm saying? I keep it real. Outside of yeah, AJ, they both fought Vlad. I would love to see AJ versus Wilder, no doubt. That's a dope fight. But AJ, I don't think AJ beats Fury, man. Fury is just too athletic, man, and smart. Fury too smart for those big guys. He gonna have fun with them dudes, man.
Got you, got you. Is it for you? Is it one fight that got away?
Oh yeah, the one fight I wanted, and I'm a realist. I'm completely a realist. I'm not saying I win this fight. I'm not saying I lose this fight. I'm saying this is the fight that I wanted, regardless. Is David Haye. I wanted to fight David Haye, man, because he was the guy. You know, David Haye was the man. I thought that fight was going to happen when he beat Jean-Marc Mormick for the unified titles, but he wasn't undisputed because I had the IBF. But David Haye did something very smart. When you have the eye and the ear of the people, you can say whatever you want, and it's concrete. So David Haye had the WBA, WBC, the Ring magazine, I think in the IBO or something. He had like 4 or 5 belts, and he's like, I unified the division. But I'm sitting there watching the fight with my belt in my lap, like, what are you talking about? Like, yo, I got the IBF. And the thing was, David Haye was on Showtime. He just knocked out the champ, took all the belts. Steve Cunningham, I've been fighting overseas. I ain't been on Showtime. I ain't been on HBO yet. I'm an undercard champion. People haven't seen me on the main stage. And that was right before the Atomic fight. So I understood what he did because it's like he could say whatever he wants. Don't nobody know enough. The average fan, they don't know that there's an IBF, IBO, WBA, WBC, they don't know all they know is they see belts on this dude.
Right.
They see different color belts, and he said he unified. So and he moved up to heavyweight. So years later, probably about 10 years later, oh no, about 7 or 8 years later, a guy from the UK that was part of David Haye's team came to Philly, and he was training in the gym,
Okay.
and he was like, man, he said, Cunningham, he's like, man, and I was like, yo, you from the UK? He's like, yeah, I was part of David Haye team. So we started talking. He's like, listen, David Haye, those guys would never fight you. So that would never happen because your style, they hated fighting your style. He said your style caused problems for him. And David Haye got tired. He got tired by the third, fourth round because he swung for the fence. He's kind of like Mansoor. Swing for the fences, get tired if you don't land. So my thing would have been a box and then punch, and that's the way it would have went down. But like I said though, David Haye was a powerhouse. He's athletic. He was good. I'm not saying I beat him, but I'm not saying I lost to him either. I would have loved that fight.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Appreciate you. What advice would you give any up and coming fighter that's out there right now, like somebody that's just getting into boxing? What would you tell them? How to move and what things that they can learn from your experiences.
Oh man. What I would tell him? Well, all right. Like my son Steve USS Junior, he's turning pro. He's
That's what's
supposed to be
up.
turned pro last week, but so I mean it's just like I tell him, fan base is power, and it don't matter if you can box your ass off. It don't matter if um it does matter if you're knocking people out. Unless you're just knocking mugs out, then fan base is power. I mean fan base is power regardless. But if you're a good boxer, that don't mean shit. These people, they want they want excitement. Boxing is a business. They want excitement. So you gotta have something with you that makes you gain attention, garner attention. Look at Broner. Broner got his antics. Floyd used to have those type of antics before. and that's what made everybody. But Floyd was a great fighter, just like Broner. Broner's a dope fighter. I love watching Broner fight. All that other shit, I don't pay no attention to. But when he boxes, I watch because he is a beautiful boxer. Floyd, awesome boxer, greatest, one of the greatest of all times. He understood the business. We got to
Right.
do some bullshit to get these people on board. So if you even get them on board against you, they on board. If they like you, they on board. Either way, they're on board. So Floyd, they figured the formula out. Let's be the bad guy. How hard is it? How easy is it for America to love? I mean, to hate a bad guy? It ain't hard at all. I mean, to hate
Right.
a black guy, a black fighter, it ain't hard at all. All you gotta do, you got a black fighter with a lot of money. He flashing money. He got stuff mugs wish they had, and they were in their greatest dream. But he's young, undefeated, black, talking all this stuff. Yo, people hate that. They hate seeing a black dude, a young black man bragging.
Right.
But you can have and I'm keeping it 100% real. You can have a white fighter that does that, and they love him. They love him. Black dudes can't do that for some reason. Oh, he's braggadocious. Oh, he's what do they say? He's too too flamboyant and flashy. Yo, the boy is good as hell. How do you want him to be? We like him humble. What do you want him to do? He just beat the whole world. Okay, no, nothing. It's such a energy or fire in you after you win a fight. You can't contain it sometimes. So Floyd created that image, that persona, and he rode it all the way to the Pacquiao fight, and then he changed it up after the Pacquiao fight because he didn't have to do it anymore. This fight selling itself. They got to sell this no more. Broner, same thing. Broner became. Then you have that generation that became what Floyd was, and that became their DNA, all the flashy and yada yada, and that's just who he is. But Tyson Fury, he has gimmicks, and he can fight. That's the thing. So if you can fight, you still gonna need a little something to, because this is entertainment. Boxing is business. It's the entertainment business. So I tell my son, like, bro, you can box, you can rumble, but we need to get something else too. We need to do something, and I don't want it to just be, oh, I'm Steve Cunningham's son. You got to get something, something. So we'll figure it out. But I tell him, we ain't selling our soul. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing no dumb shit. You know, we're gonna keep it correct and respectful, but you still gotta get something. So that's basically it, man. Fan base is power. Get your fan base however you can. If you got one of them hometowns that love you and they'll follow you, then you cool. But if you gotta build your fan base, you gotta do something. You gotta do something to get these people talking about you straight up.
All right, question from the audience says Spence Crawford, who you got? They said they have Bud by KO.
Ooh, yo, dog. Oh man, I was talking to somebody a couple weeks about that. I'm 50-50 with that. I am dead serious, yo. I'm dead ass serious. I can't pick one. At one point I was like, yo, I got Crawford, yo, Crawford. Then I'm looking at Spence. I'm like, shit, I got Spence. But then I'm like, yo, I will seriously grab the popcorn and enjoy the freaking fight. I will be taking notes. I will be. I want to. I'm trying to start my own little commentary podcast. So if I'm gonna do
Talk
that,
to me.
huh?
Hey, talk to me, man.
Hey, let's
Talk
have
to
it.
me, bro.
With it.
Hey, I'll produce it. We'll come up
Yeah.
with something.
All
Say
right. All right.
less.
I'm ready to do that because a fight like that, I cannot pick. They both have. It's like they both have opposing styles that's gonna push each other. Spence has that in front of you, in your face, punches and bunches pressure style, where Crawford can switch it up. I'm telling you, that's the thing about Crawford. He can switch it up. He can rumble you and he can box you. But he can't out rumble Spence. So he's gonna have to box. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to box. You rumble Spence, you gonna get beat up. I don't give a damn if it's Crawford or Mike Tyson. No, I ain't going that crazy. But no, Spence is he's the truth, yo. No bullshit. So I cannot pick. I can't settle, man. I can't settle.
My brother Smoke with Me TV say he want in on helping you build your podcast. He got a brother. He got his podcast as well. Smoke with Me TV. He's one of the brother that spoke with you on the
Okay,
punch by punch.
All right, yo, we need to talk then, man. We need to talk.
We gonna set it up, man.
Yes.
Me, Smoke gonna talk to. We gonna get that thing going, man.
All right, let's do it.
All is well, man. So y'all don't mess me up. I don't know. I done lost my whole frame with thought. Where was we at? We talk about
Crawford.
Gotta ask you this question before you get out of here, man. Gotta ask you this question. What did you think about Saturday night's fight with Canelo and?
Look, Canelo's great. You know what I mean? He is great, but size matters sometimes. You know what I mean? Like size matters. Bivol, like, all right, here we go. People got hot on Canelo going up that high because he stopped Kovalev. And I'm gonna be real. Kovalev isn't a strong fighter, if you understand what I'm saying. Kovalev has a powerful right hand, but Kovalev isn't a strong fighter. And Andre Ward showed you can break Kovalev down. You know what I mean? You can break Kovalev down. You can take him, you can systematically break him down. After a while, Kovalev starts deteriorating. So, and Ward went to that body, game over. So Canelo seen that same blueprint and went to work. Now, a guy like Bivol, this dude is strong. He's strong and enduring and smart. He used that jab. Why am I going to give the smaller guy what he needs? And that's rumble. The smaller guy needs me to be here and stand still with him. Yo, man, and he's strong. So that strong jab, boom, boom, pop, pop, pop. Canelo wanted to make a statement too. He's just throwing big shots. You see him just looping big. Dude's just blocking it. So I mean, there's weight classes for a reason. In that particular instance, he caught Kovalev, and that was smart on their part. We can pick. Hey, we want to go up to light heavyweight and fight a guy. Look at that guy, Kovalev. Boom. All right, I want to roll the dice now. Bivol. Nah, bro. You know what I mean? Hold up. Snake eyes, man. Chill. So I don't think Canelo should do a rematch either, because it might get worse. Now Bivol's a little bit more comfortable. You know, it'd be worse for Canelo. You know.
We were debating that today. I told people, I said, man, listen, that rematch not happening. That ain't a good business move.
It ain't a good business move. I mean, and it'll be money there for him. But listen, at this point, Canelo's he's loaded. It ain't about the money for Canelo. It's about the challenge. You know, like most champions are. I mean, all champions are like that. The challenge moves us. That's why I went up to heavyweight. That's why I fought Fury. That challenge. You know, I mean, I know I'm 6'3" and he's 6'9", but if I beat him, you know what I mean? So that's what moves us. Canelo's he's emotional right now. He's a little hurt. You know what I mean? His ego's bruised, his pride's bruised, or whatever. He talking that smack. I want the rematch. I want that. And he gonna calm down. He should calm down in a few.
Well, fortunately, champ, we're running out of time. We could do this forever. Definitely gotta have you back on here, man.
Yeah, let's have it whenever. Let the home tell everybody to hook me up, man. Hit me up on Instagram or whatever. Even
definitely. Hold on, before we get out of here, let everybody know where they can find you at, and definitely.
Yeah, that's wild.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's on some crazy crap. Look.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. You good now?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I can hear you now. There you go.
Okay. Let everybody know about your comic books, and let everybody know where they can find you at.
All right. So basically, USS Comics, man, hit me up on Instagram. Instagram's the main one, Facebook and Twitter. I'm about to do a TikTok for USS Comics. We got I got, like I said, I'm turning fighters into superheroes myself. I got big stories, man, dope stories. I'm actually doing horror stories. I'm about to start working on a anti-bullying book. You know, basically loosely based off of my life. And USS Comics, baby. Hashtag USS Comics take you everywhere, man. You see my art, check me out. Outside of that, USS Fight Academy is my gym. That's on that's on Facebook and Instagram, and that's basically about it, man. Keep an eye out for my son, USS Junior, and my other son, who USS Junior is turning pro. He should be pro, have his fight by the end of June. And I have my 11-year-old Cruz Cunningham. He is a 3-time national champ.
Look
That
at
boy
it.
bad. They both bad, man. They both bad, but they're both unique, you know. So check them out. Cruz USS on Instagram. OK Tugboat on Instagram. That's USS Junior. All
That's
right.
what's up. I gotta get you back on here, but we gotta do a part two. We
All
gonna
right.
set
No,
that up. We
no
gotta
problem.
do a part two. And my man Smoke with me wants you on his podcast too, and I'll slide you his number.
All right. I got you, Smoke. No
We gotta
problem.
do a part two, bro.
Let's have it.
All right, man. Appreciate you again, champion.
All right. See y'all, man.
Salute.
Peace. Salute.
Salute. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Be right back at you in like 5 minutes with Julius Jackson and Julian the Hawk Jackson. It was like a hot 5 minutes. Be right back, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in to Let's Talk Sports, y'all.